Welcome to Downtown Cafe. Please subscribe to our channel and also turn on your notification bell in order to get our latest updates. 1972 to 20th May 2024, we are going to be looking at the historical context of what we are celebrating. Lots of talks about what this day actually signifies and the motivations for the abolition of the federal structure of the nation. We decided this time around to bring two young history teachers who have been teaching on this subject to help educate us and explain what actually happened in 1972 that set the foundation for what is being celebrated nationwide. Today we are in the company of Mr. Gentle. He is a history teacher and researcher out there. We're glad to have you, Mr. Gentle.
Thank you very much, Mr. Leo, and my media TV team. I must first of all applaud what people have been doing here, trying to educate Cameroonians in different fields. We are here on this platform. I, in person, I'm not a politician. I'm a researcher in history. We are trying to bring the historical analysis of what happened on the 20th of May 1972. From 20th of May 1972 to 2023, that is 53 years. Yeah, so I'm happy to be here.
We also have Sir Echelon Kasmila, who is also a history teacher and researcher. Good evening. We're glad to have you.
Good evening, Mr. Leo. Good evening, our fellow listeners, viewers of my Media Prime TV. It's a wonderful night that we will be looking at the referendum that took place in Cameroon on the 20th of May 1972. We are going to be looking at the importance of our national day. We'll be looking at circumstances surrounding the abolition of the federal system of government in 1972. So you should all sit attentively and follow us as we demystify the historical fact. Thank you.
Especially students who are preparing for the GCE. If you have a brother or sister who is preparing for the GCE examinations, especially writing the history subjects both at the O and advanced level, they may pick up some information in tonight's edition of the program. Mr. Gentle, what actually do we call a referendum that took place in 1972, 20th of May?
Before coming to answer your question, Mr. Leonard, I come across a certain document online today. I don't know where the document is coming, a communique, but on that communique indicating, talking about the National Youth Day, 20th of May 1972 today, and they are indicated that independent. Well, so on that document communique is indicated that independent, and I felt a type because we researchers in history, we hate when something contradicts with historical facts. Actually, Cameroon had two independent dates. Those are historically proven. And I'm on this platform, I'm very clear to my viewers, to my students. I'm not a politician. I'm here as a researcher in history. Cameroon have two independent dates. The first, that of French Cameroon. It called French Cameroon. I will come back to your question, Mr. Leonard. We are talking to educate and sensitize people. Cameroon have two independent dates. We have French Cameroon, you have Southern Cameroon. When Cameroon was partitioned in 1916 between Britain and France, the area region that speaks French today was called French Cameroon under France. From 1916 to 1960, it was called French Cameroon. But on the 1st of January 1960, this area region that speaks French today, they had their independence. When they had their independence from France, the name changed from French Cameroon to the Republic of Cameroon. So the independence of the area region that speaks French today was on the 1st of January 1960. Now, to Southern Cameroon. With the partition of Cameroon in 1916, the section Britain took, that was 1 feet at the smallest portion, was called British Cameroon. Britain divided it again into two, British Northern Cameroon and British Southern Cameroon. Our focus of interest is on British Southern Cameroon because British Northern Cameroon on the 12th of February 1961 voted to be part of Nigeria. So their history is attached to Nigeria and not Cameroon. British Southern Cameroon was administered part of Nigeria by Britain from 1916. And on the 1st of October 1961, British Southern Cameroon had independent, not as a separate entity or separate state, but in reunification with the Republic of Cameroon. Now, Mr. Lena, you asked me a question. What really happened on the level of, what really happened today that we'll celebrate at the 20th of May 1972? A referendum. A referendum simply means, to better understand what we're celebrating, called the Unity Day today, we need to go back to 1961. It is clearly historically. But what happened is that on this date of today, 20th of May 1972, Cameroonians massively voted that Cameroon should be changed from Federal Republic of Cameroon to the United Republic of Cameroon. Yes, but now the foundation of that start from 1961. I've made it clear that two Cameroon was part. We did not partition Cameroon. The European partition Cameroon. British and France partition Cameroon in 1916. Now we have made it clear that Southern Cameroon and French Cameroon decided to come together in 1961. Southern Cameroon, we had two advocates. You have Dr. Endele, who advocated that Southern Cameroon to integrate with Nigeria, and you have Foncha, who advocated that Southern Cameroon should be part of French Cameroon. And UN organized plebiscite on 11 February 1961. And in this plebiscite, what happened? Southern Cameroon under Foncha won Endele and took the Southern Cameroon to be part of the Republic of Cameroon. They now came in Fumban to establish what was known as a federal constitution, or the Federal Republic of Cameroon. So the Federal Republic of Cameroon was established in 1961, bringing together two states. Who were these two states? Southern Cameroon, today Northwest and Southwest that speak English, changed to the state of West Cameroon. French Cameroon, today originally speak French. It was French Cameroon, but when they had their independence on the 1st of January 1960, the name changed from French Cameroon to the Republic of Cameroon. So Southern Cameroon and the Republic of Cameroon came together in 1961 to establish a constitution known as the Federal Constitution. Two states coming together to form the Federal Republic of Cameroon. So the Federal Republic of Cameroon was established in 1961. From 1961 to 1972, that is almost about 11 years, the federation was dissolved and a unity state was created. It goes operational on the 20th of May 1972 in a referendum that you asked me about. But now, it was a referendum that Cameroonian, both of West and East Cameroon, voted that Cameroon should be changed from federal to unitary. So 20th of May, what we're celebrating today, we're calling Unity Day, is the day that they changed the name of Cameroon from Federal Republic of Cameroon, that started in 1961, to the United Republic of Cameroon in 1972.
Yeah. What would be what were the objectives sought after by the governing class at the time to wanting to move away from the federal to the unitary structure that we are celebrating today?
All right, that's a very good question that I was expecting. Now, there were reasons that were advanced by President Amadou Ahidjo for the dissolution of the federal system of government in 1972, and these reasons, we are going to look at them into the political domain and economic domain. Now, on the 9th of May 1972, Ahidjo entered the Federal National Assembly and asked the representative that he would wish that the people of Cameroon through election should vote to see if the federal system of government should be abolished or it should be maintained. And the question you asked talk about what were the motives behind the dissolution of the federal system of government. One, I usually look at it, the federal system of government was too expensive, the expensive nature of the federal system of government. A young country like Cameroon was having 4 assemblies. We have the West Cameroon House of Assembly, the East Cameroon House of Assembly, we have the Federal House of Assembly, and the West Cameroon House of Chiefs. These 4 assembly made of 213 representatives, whereby the Federal House of Assembly was having 50 representatives. The East Cameroon House of Assembly had 100 representatives. The West Cameroon House of Assembly has 37 representatives, and the Southern Cameroon House of Chiefs, or West Cameroon House of Chiefs, has 26 representatives. All in number, they were 213. So this this vast number of representatives was squandering a lot of money from the state coffers to be able to run these 4 assemblies. It makes it difficult for a young country like Cameroon to continue continue to function. So Ahijo used it as a pretext. Again, another economic reason we are going to look at here was we talk about the cumbersome nature and the complex nature of the federal structure. When we talk about the cumbersome and complex nature, we are looking at in a domain whereby there was frequent duplication of services. We look at services that were being carried out in West Cameroon by secretaries of state. The same services were carried out by the federal ministers in Yaoundé. So Ahijo discovered that billions of francs CFA were being spent to duplicate services, and as such, there was a need to scrap off the federal structure. Again, economically, we talk about unbalanced revenue. West Cameroon was a state that was existing. It existed for 10 years, 8 months, close to 11 years. And the state of West Cameroon had financial challenges. The financial challenges faced by West Cameroon make it for Ahijo to dissolve the state of West Cameroon. By 1966, when Augustin Ngomjua came to power just 1 year as Prime Minister of West Cameroon, the state of West Cameroon was unable to pay its workers, and to the extent where the state of West Cameroon has to borrow 400 million francs from the federal government so as to be able to pay workers. And again, that very year, the federal government gave subventions to the government of West Cameroon, and as such, it made it difficult for the state of West Cameroon.
Are these facts documented?
They are historical.
They are just politically raised. Yeah.
I am not a politician. I am a history researcher.
Okay.
These are facts that they are documented and they are proven.
What would have caused the government of West Cameroon not to be able to pay workers to the point that the federal structure had to come in?
Now, yeah, that's a good question. If you look at historical facts, we will discover that by 1961, Ahijo came in, and then immediately the federal constitution was put in place. 3 weeks after, on the 25th of October 1961, Ahijo came out with a presidential decree that divided the Federal Republic of Cameroon into 6 divisions, making the state of West Cameroon a division on its own. And now, these divisions, Ahijo appointed federal inspectors who came in, and they're having wider powers than the state prime minister. So, the federal inspector in West Cameroon was called Jean Klongo. He came in, and historical fact proves that Jean Klongo carried revenue in the state of West Cameroon. Ahijo intentionally created financial shortage in West Cameroon by transporting money from West Cameroon to the federal government in Yaoundé, and this created a financial situation in West Cameroon that the state could not handle, and as such, Ahijo now has to use this as a reason to pin West Cameroonians that we cannot run, we don't have finances to manage the state, and as so, we should change the federal system to a unitary state whereby the federal government or the state government will be able to run the affairs of the country.
We are still on the motives, yeah?
Yeah. Let me come in. I think what we are doing here, we're consulting primary and secondary sources. The National Archives in Boya and other sources, we're consult sources. We are not talking emotions here. Those are pure historical facts. We are not politicians. I'm not a politician. Yes. He is talking something, and I will talk. If he something about the West Cameroon Bank, you've asked a particular question. I'll add to him. He's a colleague. You asked a question about the key objectives or reason why Cameroon was changed from federal to what? Unitary. On many platforms, I keep saying that federation is not a Frenchman political culture. Most federated countries in the world, they don't speak French, they speak English. Federation is an Englishman political culture, not Frenchman. Not only in Cameroon, most French speaking countries or francophone countries in the world, they don't practice federation. Australia practice federation is English. America practice federation in English. Our neighboring Nigeria practice federation in English. Now you have asked us, you ask me, why is it that Cameroon was changed from federal to unitary in 1972? When the Republic of Cameroon were going to Mfumban in 1961 to meet with Southern Cameroon under Foncha, Ahijo's mindset was not federation, because federation is not a Frenchman culture. I think one of the key reasons why Ahijo in Mfumban decided to accept on federation was because during the pre-plebiscite campaign, Ahijo promised Foncha that if you succeed to win and bring the people of Southern Cameroon for reunification, I promise you we are going to adopt federation so that you maintain your culture and maintain my culture. That's what Ahijo promised Foncha before before